Karting is a bit like a drug, if I dare say. It's very, very addictive, and once you've been in the sport, it's hard to get out.
Who's the better driver? We've got to say, this year it's got to be this boy. Hello, we are Neil and this is Sam, Randon. We're racing in Junior TKM. MSA racing, and this year we'll be making a challenge for the British Super 1 National Championship.
I've been karting for the past 4 years now, just with my dad. It's brought us closer together because I've only been doing it with him, just me and him every weekend we've been out. He's been mechanicking, I've been driving. So we've been, there's been tense moments with me and him where we're at each other's throats, but we come home from a weekend just like we would from every other happy weekend, fine with each other.
Junior kart racing has been fantastic for the relationship between Sam and I. We've been racing since about when he was 11. We first tried to find kart circuits, and we were going to sort of arrive and drive circuits. But really ever since then we've been racing in one form or another. We spend the whole weekends together, we sleep in a van together, we succeed together and we fail together. So it's really brought us very close together.
Are you trying to live through Sam?
Absolutely. It's obviously why we've got into it as deeply as we have.
Yes.
Sam loved it from the first time he ever went out. He was in the rain at Buxton karting, in a kart he could hardly fit in. He'd got gloves where the fingers were hanging off. And it was absolutely pouring it down with rain, and he came off with the biggest smile on his face. Absolutely loved it. So yes, I've sort of given him the opportunity, I guess. But you know, if you told him tomorrow that he wasn't racing again, he'd be devastated. You know, he lives for the weekends. All of his friends, all of his Facebook friends are all karting friends. You know, you get immersed in the whole world.
I've just moved to college now, so then there's lads from the area, from the local paper, who have the local paper, and say, "Oh, local legend Sam Randon." At first, but now it's just Sam.
We love doing it together. I love the technical challenge of getting the kart sorted, trying to understand the physics behind it, getting it all prepared for him. He loves the driving aspect of it. It's teaching him great things about engineering. You know, if you ask him about his career, he's sort of, this is inspiring him to get into the whole engineering side of motorsport. And it's you know, it's just what we do. It's part of our lives. We've been doing it for 2 or 3 years, and I wouldn't change a thing.
I'd like to still be in karting, whether it's driving or mechanicking for other people. It's just a really good environment, friendly environment. You know, it's. Yeah, I don't wish to come away from it really. It just being in this awning with Dave and the full support just gives you that extra bit, gives you those extra couple of tenths, and allows you to be at the front consistently with the best gear and the best setup and advice and driver advice.
Dave Litchfield has a long history in karting. Goes right back to the day when he was racing cars. Then he had a young son, Mark, who at the age of 8 got into cadet racing. Dave and Mark raced all the way through club racing, national racing, into Europe, and made a very serious bid at world level 2. We're going to have a serious go at Super 1 this year. We were seeded last year number 10, and to be honest, we were disappointed with our results most of the year, weren't we?
Yeah.
So I think when we look at the entry that has just been issued for this year, we fancy our chances.
Yeah.
We've just got to get up there with them, haven't we? And,
keep it on the track.
Yeah, keep it on the track always helps. We walked round the track, and I'm trying to advise him where to turn in, and he just corrects me and said, "You're way off, Dad." You know, but that's all part of the fun of it.
The greatest moment probably be my first win in 2011. Yes, about a year ago now. It was the first weekend with Dave Litchfield. Started 5th on the grid and made our way through to 1st, and really wasn't expecting it.
That was quite a special moment, wasn't it, doing that? To see him come through the pack and take the victory was really quite special, the first one, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And the low points, well, there's been too many to pin one.
There's a lot of low points. Probably, for me, one of the most scary moments was when Sam flipped at Shennington a couple of years ago, and I actually had my camera trained on him. As the cart tipped over, I suddenly found myself looking at the floor of my own cart, which was not a pleasant sight. We've had one or two others where we've come back with a bent cart, haven't we?
Yeah, several.
But then it's all hands to the deck. That's where the team then help you out, and you know, everybody piles in and helps get the cart repaired for the next session out. And more often than not, the driver's ready to jump straight back in again.
Yeah.
I think we are pragmatic enough to set realistic expectations. So we're not chasing the Formula One dream. We're probably too old for where we are now in the sport, as crazy as that sounds. But we want to see how good we can get, and this is the top level of what we can afford to do. We'll always do something that's racing related, whether that's cars, whether that's karting as seniors. We'll always do something because we just love the whole atmosphere, the people around it, the whole culture really around it. You know, I dread the thought of standing at the side of a football pitch on a wet Sunday morning, but something drives us to push that cart out on the same wet Sunday morning and go charging around at 70 miles an hour. So something in the blood.